Today, I'm spending 24 hours in one of the most remote towns in North America.
And I can see all of Tuk all around me like this.
To get here, I drove over 5,000 kilometers with my Tesla, conquering the Dempster Highway all alone.
And the first thing that I'm doing right now is actually checking out the cemetery.
What is life really like this far up north by the Arctic Ocean?
Olive oil. $70.
What has truly been the hardest part of this amazing journey so far?
Hello. If you want to give feedback, scan the code right now. But we're in Tuktoyaktuk, Northwest Territory of Canada. One of the remotest trips I've ever done. I'm a little bit sick, under the weather, as you might be able to hear from the stand-up mic that I have right now. It's just the dust in the summertime. It's so fine. It gets everywhere in your car, all over your lungs. It just got to me after driving for about a week up the Dempster Highway. One of the most scenic drives I've ever done. But we're here today, so let's go check out this town in 24 hours.
So it's super windy, and it's pretty cold now. It was like 30 degrees yesterday, and today it's like 6 degrees. I'm not really sure what the wind chill is. So we're putting back some winter clothes with the 24-hour daylight. This crazy weather like this. My body's confused, super confused. But I've been working on my meditation again to focus on breathing and being more in the moment, because when you travel like this, sorry for the interruption. So when you travel full-time like this, you're constantly moving places, it can take a toll on your body, and the deep breathing that I've been doing really helps, especially with the dust in and around here. It just flabbergasted me. Flabbergasted? Is that how you say it? But it's flabbergasting just how people live here and thrive here. Like right now it's summer and 24 daylight, but
shut up about the sun! Shut up about the sun!
there's also like 6 weeks where there's 24-hour darkness around December. It's just I just can't comprehend. Like
I'm also using a map to get around that I got at the visitor center, because the locations on Google Maps are not very accurate and there is no reviews of anything pretty much. So they gave me a nice map, and that's how I'm kind of walking around, and it feels it's pretty cool actually using one of these to get around. I'm walking, I'm letting the car charge, and kind of exploring the town. And a lot of people, when they come up here, they spend like a few hours and then they go back to Univik, like for most of the travelers that I've talked to. Because it took me so long to get up here, this trip means the world to me. So I'm taking my time today and just kind of touring around like a tourist. I'm always curious about the kind of people that lived in towns like these that are so remote. And the first thing that I'm doing right now is actually checking out the cemetery, so that's right behind me. And I don't feel comfortable walking on top of the graves, but something that I do notice is they're all very simple, minimalistic, and I kind of make an assumption here, but most of these people that were born here also passed away here. And it's just fascinating that There's no really big sculptures or any big like burial grounds. It's more just a wooden cross with their name on it and then the time that they were alive. It's very different, but I do like seeing this stuff, and I like to read people's names. Some people don't have a name on there, but they're buried here. The town seems very quiet. Like some of the stores that you think would be open during this time of year, like a souvenir shop, is closed. And it's like midday, but something you always can count on is Mother Nature. Like right now I am on a pingos, if I said that right, and I can see all of Tuk all around me like this. It's beautiful. Short little hike, like not even like probably like 20-meter elevation. But from here you can see, I think those are research stations. The other side's where I came from. The supermarket is over there. That's where we're gonna go next, right over there. And yeah, it's a quiet, very quiet town. I think about 3,000 people live here, and it's definitely people who live here are very, very different. And I think that's the airport, or like a airstrip, you could say, more like. The people who live here are very, very self-sufficient. As you're not on your own, but you are kind of on your own. And what I'm standing on right now, you can see in the background too. Pingos, right there. Oop, right there, pingos, another pingos. And I'm standing on one right now. Kind of shocking how expensive some items are. Like a Trail Max bag is $33 here. $33. Olive oil, $70 Canadian. Yeah, I don't know how people survive up here with things being so expensive. But I guess kind of it's the way of life. Like for every kilometer of road that the food has to come up north, pay extra few cents, and that's reflected back in the fuel costs, the hotels, the motels, and of course the food. Even like you can find this Prime, a local paw all the way up in Arctic Circle. Talk about a successful brand. But here it's like $5 or $6 for a small bottle like this. But just walking around and looking at prices, like I'm very aware of prices because I live on the road and I'm constantly budgeting. But when it comes to fresh veggies and certain items, I don't mind spending an extra few dollars. But stuff like this, where it's $6 for 500 milliliters, half a liter, yeah, it's wild. And I assume that the wages here aren't the biggest. Starlink is connecting right now. Pretty cool. I haven't used it up here yet. Last time I used it was in Univik. And right now I'm trying to connect to it because I'm trying to get some work done. So sometimes it takes a couple minutes for it to find a satellite, but it's so fast, so reliable. It's not only do I connect my phone, my laptop to the Starlink, I also connect to my car. And then when I need offline maps, when I'm legit in the middle of nowhere, I have access to that. It's pretty neat. It's a really different world we're living in today. And when I walk around town today, I notice a lot of Starlinks here, a lot. You know, as remote as this little town is of Tuk in the most northern part of Canada, they're still pretty well connected. Okay, so we're online with Starlink now. It took a couple minutes, but let's do a speed test right now. So we're getting about 60 megabytes per second right here, which is 40 megabytes. It's pretty fast, you know, relatively to where I'm located right now. But when I was like in the lower Northwest Territory, when I was in the Yukon, I had over 100 megabytes per second, which is awesome, because you can get work done like that very easily. The reason why not many trees like grow in the tundra is because the permafrost. Grounded right here, and then I have. Anytime I like rewatch or I'm editing a video, I always cringe. But I think this is very similar to most content creators, that they're always a little bit embarrassed when they're on camera. Sometimes just giving you some truth behind the camera. So the weather is a little bit better, a little bit less windy and cold. So we're gonna make something simple with some nice warm tea. Again, I've been saying this a few times throughout the video. I don't feel great. I might have had a little bug. It might have been just the trip up here. I might have underestimated. So we're gonna keep it simple, make a delicious meal tonight. My last avocado. It's a good one.
So right now, it's about 10:30 p.m. It's so bright still outside, but I'll show you in a few hours what it looks like with the 24-hour daylight. I think that's really the hardest thing to overcome, and then the dust when you live in your car. And what I just learned too is looking up on the directions on my way south are the wildfires. They're in full swing. And some of the roads that I came up with are closed as for the foreseeable future because it's so dry up here. And then you have a lightning storm or people are not careful with the campfires. And then bam, you have a massive forest fire.
So right now it's 9:35 in the morning. So that concludes about 24 hours. Been here, done that now. And my body is so confused with, it's supposed to be summer right now, it's June, it's just above freezing. It really is what you think the weather is like in the Arctic during the summer. And the 24-hour daylight and then the road just being so tough has really taken a beating on my body. But I'm getting out of here. I'm going back south to a little bit warmer territory, maybe going to Alaska, not really 100% sure. But either way, I'm so grateful for you guys for being with me and spending about 24 hours in my home touring Tuktoyaktuk. Hey.
You're taking pictures, are you?
Yeah, I'm shooting a YouTube video. Yeah, thank you. I travel the country. I live in this full time, 18 months. I have it fully built out. Right here. So,
Oh, I'll be damned.
yeah.
Okay.
And what about you, sir? Are you traveling up for today, or?
I've traveled from down in BC,
Nice.
and I just come up. My goal originally was far as I could drive in Canada.
Yeah.